Hey Drew, you killed this shit.
What it do, what? It's your boy Hollywood Mike T, aka Multi-Man T, and this is In the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. Bows up, quads down. I'm here with my main man King Mel. It is hot outside, man. It's hot outside. How you doing?
Man, trying to survive the heat.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a scorcher out there, brother. It's a scorcher. I don't know like why it's so hot, but it's very, very, very hot outside. Um, I made the mistake of leaving out the house for a couple hours and not keeping my AC on. I am burning, so if you see me wiping my head, it's because I'm hot and it's hot in here. And I'm a hot guy. I'm a hot boy. Hot boy, hot boy, hot, 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 hot boy. Hey, listen, man. This is the podcast about wrestling for you wrestling fans, by us wrestling fans. And man, listen, FUBU, FUBU. Yeah, FUBU. Hey man, me and King Mel, we chop it up each week. You know what I'm saying? We got some other brothers with us. They'll be back very soon. But speaking of returns, we're going to kick it off with the return that I know that you're excited about. Ooh, yes, sir. TNA. Cedric Alexander returns. Ooh, King Mel, go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah, he did make that TNA debut. And man, you know how excited I was? Because the guy that he made the debut and looked face to face was Mustafa Ali.
Ooh.
And if anybody knows and paid attention to the Cruiserweight Classic 205 Live,
Mm-hmm.
these two men were part of that Cruiserweight division and they were very exciting.
They killed it. They
Mm-hmm.
killed it. They killed it. Um, who else are you looking forward to seeing them wrestle in TNA? And while you at it, give us the TNA rundown. What happened in TNA this week? Because
It's
you
a
know I didn't get to catch it. So
no, it's a lot of stuff going on. Like, let's think about it. Joe Hendry, he was just in a he was in a tag team match. And it's like I like what TNA does because like they have all the champions versus like future challengers. And that match was like dope as hell to see it even show Trick Williams in there. So that's dope. The fact that Trick Williams is hanging out with Top Dollar and Top Flight, they doing stuff together. But man, seeing Cedric Alexander return, especially since everybody thought he was gonna go to AEW, and that man went straight to TNA,
yeah.
and that's very cool because at the same time he could still end up doing work back with WWE in between time. Hopefully, he probably might bring over his wife, Big Swole.
Mm. Big Swole coming to TNA. That's a ooh. I didn't think about that one. I did not think about that one. Big Swole coming back to TNA and Joe Hendry he's fighting Trick Williams at Slammiversary, correct?
Mm-hmm.
For the title. Okay. Yeah, see, I know a little bit about TNA. I know a little bit about what's going on. I saw the other day that they was having a six-man on NXT. I might as well put NXT in this as well. With Wesley teamed up with my main man, Trick
Mm-hmm.
Williams, and Top Dollar. What is it now? It's not Top Dollar no more.
No, it's Top Dollar.
Okay, Top Dollar. Okay, well,
It's
see, I was right.
wait, no, my bad. It's AJ Francis, but he's still top dollar.
Okay, okay,
He's still top dollar, but it's cool to see him back on grounds with WWE, at least doing this little partnership thing.
right.
To see him back there, we know BFAB not going back,
Well,
but
she is SmackDown.
yeah, but she should go. She should. Her and Adonis, because what are they really doing?
Let's talk about that because Adonis is not on SmackDown still, is he?
He's on NXT.
That's what I thought.
He out there
So you,
chasing on white women.
so you're saying put Hit Row back together minus Swerve.
Why is Might as well.
Because we know he ain't going back.
Mm-mm. He made his statements. He
Right? He ain't never going back. And if he do, he the biggest hypocrite in the world. And we're going to speak on some hypocrites or people being hypocritical later. But one thing I also got to see on NXT was that the way they use their heels and their baby faces is creative because they put, for example, Wesley has his own faction. Trick appears to have his own faction now, even though it's technically not his, but he rolling with them because he's the champion. Um, and you got two different heel groups together. Um, Pretty dope, man. I like. I'm enjoying the TNA NXT collab because it doesn't seem like it's just one way, you know. And not to say, and just before anybody that's listening says anything that I'm comparing it to AEW's collab, which I'm not, because it was two different types of collabs. What I will say is that both of them, I think TNA won both of them. And me personally, I think because you're putting those eyes on TNA that wouldn't usually be on TNA, on NXT TV, which I'm sure has more viewers than TNA TV. And then
I
even with AEW, same thing. It was more viewers that watch AEW than to watch TNA at the time. So you're getting your guys some well needed publicity, some well needed some well needed TV time for real. Go
I
ahead, man.
agree.
Go
No,
ahead.
I agree. I agree everything that you're saying. Like it works out for both of them, especially for TNA right now doing this NXT phase because they are going into bigger venues too. If you pay attention,
Hmm.
they slowly moving into larger venues, especially for their pay-per-views that be coming up. So
And is Slammiversary like their WrestleMania?
I always viewed it as like their SummerSlam. I don't know why.
Okay. Okay. Because it's in the summer, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Got you. Hey, man, listen. TNA, keep doing what you're doing. You're on fire right now. NXT, you're on fire right now. The collab is great. We like it. We enjoy it. Um, yeah, man. And you know what? I do kind of want to. I kind of do want to compare AEW's versus WWE's relationship, excuse me, with TNA. I don't really remember Kenny being on TNA TV as much as Trick has been on TNA TV. Maybe I could be wrong. I do remember Kenny having the belt, and I remember him showing up maybe a few times, but I don't remember him showing up as much as Trick has showed up. It seems like Trick, I mean, he is the champion, so I would guess he would be on the show, all the time. You would want your champion on the show. That probably is part of the agreement. Um, but I'm just, has Trick been on TNA more than Kenny was?
I want to say yes. That's not a bad thing, but it's because like Trick got a lighter schedule than I want to say Kenny has. Because remember the time Kenny was having multiple champions at once.
He had three championships. You're right. Got you. I got you. I got you. So we're gonna move on, man. We're gonna move on to another return in AEW. Koshi Ibushi. I know I said the last name right. Kota Ibushi. My bad. Kota Ibushi returned. Um, on a scale from 1 to 10, Mel, how excited are you?
Me, I'm a 10 right now.
And why? Okay, so I know about him from New Japan. I just know from AEW he can't stay healthy. Um, he, I mean, anytime he's been in AEW, he's gotten
I
hurt
don't
for the most part.
I don't think that's fair because he came into AEW hurt.
True, true, true. Got you. I get what you're saying. Um, I'm about at like a 7, and the reason why I'm at a 7 is because I believe personally that he's not a nail mover. Like he's not a needle mover. I'm sorry. He's a good name. Like and this might sound really wild, but for TNA, Cedric Alexander is a needle mover. People are going to watch TNA because Cedric Alexander's there now. Now, I'm not saying a whole bunch of people. I'm just saying people are going to watch. I think the same people that was watching AEW are going to be watching the AEW. I don't think that Kochi Ibushi is going to make that much of a difference for people to be like, oh, I got to tune in now. Um,
You're right. You're right to a degree, because only the same amount of people that knows who Kota Ibushi is gonna watch. Like me, for me getting first introduced to him, and it's funny because you brought up Cedric Alexander. They both was in the Cruiserweight Classic.
exactly.
So that's when I first found out about him. I'm like, oh nah, this Japanese kid is legit. Like,
Right.
so then I'm watching his New Japan stuff. Then I see he was doing stuff with Kenny Omega. And that's why when he made his return on Collision face to face with Okada, is because, he supports Kenny Omega as Paul's the Golden Lovers.
I was about to say the Golden Lovers.
But yeah, so it was like me seeing him return. I'm like, okay, when he returned, I'm like, damn, he looked better than the first time he was in AEW, because he was all swole up back then from all those injuries, and they had him do like 2, 3 matches or something like that, and he just didn't look the same. So hopefully now everything is better and he could wrestle better.
Got you. I'm with you. I hope he sticks around longer this time. I hope he doesn't get hurt. Because we don't want nobody to get hurt. I hope he's able to tell us some good stories because he is a good wrestler, no matter what anybody wants to say. Like he is a good wrestler. He's a very good wrestler. He's a darn good wrestler. So he can bring value in the ring. I don't really know too much about his promos as far as English promos. Um, they may do some, you know, other type of stuff, let him go in his language. Who knows? Um, but I will say this. Tony Storm came out there looking like Carmen Sandiego, with that daggone red coat. Tony, it's summer. It's a heat wave going on right now in this country. What are you doing? What are
Man,
you wearing?
she just living life, man. At this point, she just doing stuff to do it.
I don't think they, I mean, of course, we know that companies have scripts and things of that nature. They have writers and things of that nature. I don't think AEW has a writer. And the reason I say that is because it just appears sometimes they come down. Like I think they have people that work with them. I think they have people that tell them the direction to go. Um, but I think sometimes with them, you can see how much writers mean to a program because I'll be lost some of the time. I'll be lost watching AEW, and I don't want to come on here like next week. You know what, fans, everybody's listening. Next week, I'm gonna come on here and say all positives about AEW. I am going to watch because the NBA is gonna be over, so I will be watching. Even I know y'all probably saying, "Well, the NBA didn't have nothing to do with AEW." The fun.
Yeah, for me.
It did right. It did for me. I had to focus my time on the finals, more important stuff. Um, but I am going to watch AEW this Wednesday. I'll put out some shorts as well, letting y'all know how if I enjoy the show, if I don't enjoy the show, I will be watching, and I will come in here and say positive things about AEW. King Mel, you got anything positive you like to say about AEW going on right now?
um, I actually kind of did want to just laugh at the fact that they had Shane Taylor fighting Swerve.
Oh my
Like the
goodness!
Shane Taylor crew. They was out there. They had Henny on the side and money. All they needed was some dice.
Oh man.
I
Uh,
laugh.
Okay, so can we have a real conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you did this on purpose. We talk about a WWE having black wrestlers do stereotypes. Say, bruh, I'm not saying that Shane Taylor and his crew don't shoot dice. I'm not saying that. The likelihood of them shooting dice is probably high, maybe. However, why are they shooting dice on TV?
Bro, they was having fun.
Like even good old Shay Shay, Club Uncle Shay Shay, he not on there with that wine, the miles in the yak no more, the miles in that yak. So why we got to do that, man? Like, and Swerve is so anti everything, us.
That's why I found it funny. I'm surprised he let that happen during his match. Like, cause every time it's be us, he got a problem when we do something.
Yeah, I mean he damn near called WWE everything in the book. Like they he damn near called them racist. So I'm confused how you let Tony Khan have that big black man and his crew out there with stereotypes. Like they couldn't be playing Monopoly. They could have been, they couldn't play chess or something. Like they had to play. They had to be shooting dice. Like, come on, bro.
Henny brought to you by Shane Taylor Promotions.
Oh yeah, Henny. They had Henny too. Next they're gonna have the miles in that yak. I'm telling you what, they're gonna have the miles in that yak, miles in that yak. That was a time period, man. Uncle Shay. Speaking of which, this has nothing to do with wrestling right now, but it kind of does. I don't know if you saw Jim Jones versus Uncle Shay Shay.
Mhm.
I watched the whole thing. I know some people out there probably watch clips. That looked like a wrestling promo. That's why I said it's not really wrestling, but you can. I'm bringing it in the show just for a second because it sounded like a 1980s wrestling promo. If I'm not lying. Ooh, brother, I can lift more than you. I'm better than Nas and all types of wild. It was just wild. But getting back to the wrestling, man. Getting back to the wrestling. The Queen of the Ring tournament has been going down these last past weeks. And since we've been talking about returns, hey man, they already spoiled the return for us when they showed us the brackets. I don't think they meant to do that. Like, here's the thing. When they first showed us the brackets, the
Mhm.
men's side had a blank spot. We didn't know who that was supposed to be. But on the women's side, they had Oscar there, and Oscar ain't been there in I don't know how long.
Almost a year.
Right.
Damn
So,
near.
and she just come back. Like it would have been. See, sometimes that's why I think that TK. And I don't want to go on a rant, but sometimes that's why I think TKO gets it wrong. That the not saying Vince, but the previous regime in WWE got it right, where it's the little things that matter. If you would have did the same thing that you did for the men's, for the women's, then it would have been more impactful. You could have said this spot is a vacant spot or it's a random spot to an unnamed superstar or a returning superstar or whatever you wanted to do. Oscar's a big name. You don't just throw her on TV and say, "Yeah, Oscar back." You know, um, but we got Oscar versus Alexa Bliss, and Oscar won the match clean. Ooh, King Mel, what you think about it, man?
First of all, I'm happy Oscar returned. She looks like she was out there having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had her original NX, like the music from NXT. I was like, oh snap! When
Talk
I,
about it, man, today.
yo,
I hate the mask though. I wish she'd go
but
back to the old mask.
when she was doing all that stuff, and I'm like, oh look at Oscar. It brought me back to when I first seen her in NXT. So it was like, yeah, she got the little, she still got the face paint and stuff.
I
But
hate.
at,
I need to wipe her face off.
but I get the face paint. If she only used the face paint when she's a bad person. So I get it. But then when she was doing all that type of stuff and then hearing that music and just seeing her like move fluently in the matches, I'm like, dang, like, you know how when somebody return, you like, all right, they kind of like miss a step. They got to kind of like work that back out. It didn't look like that for her, especially in the Fatal 4-Way. Then on top of that, you beat Alexa Bliss, who was another returning wrestler back in January at the Royal Rumble. So she returned.
Yeah.
You got Oscar who returned. Looks like Oscar's going on. if I'm not mistaken, to the finals,
Yes.
and hopefully she goes against Jade Cargill, and I think Jade should pick up the win.
I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that. So you got Jade Cargill versus Roxy P. I believe that's tonight on
Yep.
Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would determine who the Queen of the Ring final is, and you've already alluded to Jade winning. Even though we haven't seen it, y'all. Like I said, this airs on Monday for those that are listening or watching. This airs on Monday, so the match hasn't even happened yet. We don't know, but sometimes Mel be knowing stuff that we don't know, and that's a good thing because he helps us out. He helps us out. Okay, we don't just have one Oracle; we have two. All right, so you got Jade picking up the win over Roxy P.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there any particular reason why you think so?
Right now is the best time for Jade to do anything as far as character work goes. We know she's still beefing with Naomi. We know she still got some type of issue with Bianca. So her winning this Queen of the Ring, getting the opportunity at SummerSlam,
Mm,
that can lead to at least the story continuing with both women, or at least one of them.
okay.
That's how I view it. Because let's just say she wins, Jay wins, she becomes the women's champion. She beats Tiffany Stratton. Now you got Naomi who could potentially cash in, or you could have a returning Bianca that after she wins, congratulates her, hit her with the KOD,
Mm.
and then boom, Naomi cash in. And Naomi be like, "Yeah, I told y'all we've been down together since forever. That's why I been kept tweeting her. She finally bought in. Caution."
If that happens, Mel, I'm letting you know right now. I'm calling your phone and I'm doing that because, man, that is the second one you said is really intriguing because there are so many ways that you could do this. Like you just said, with Naomi being the Money in the Bank, Miss Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's so many ways you could do this where they could continue their feuds. And if Jay wins, because I believe the winner gets a title match at SummerSlam.
Correct. Yep.
So if Jade wins, she'll go against Tiffany Stratton. Like you just said, Bianca comes out there, KODs are pretty much Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
Batista. When Randy Orton when he won,
Yep. With the Triple H. Yep.
and then if Naomi cashes in right there, whoo that would be some great storytelling. Now you heard it first from King Mel. So I need y'all out there, if this does happen, rewind this episode, find out when Mel said it, and post the clip. Because that was some good stuff right there, man.
Nah,
I
for real.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That make all sense, because if we think about it right now, the fans is booing Bianca.
Yeah.
They've been booing her regardless. WrestleMania, like they booing her
For
when
no reason.
they should have been booing Rhea,
Right.
but they chose to boo her. So now that she's getting booed, why not play into that? Why not take it? Because we seen you as the top good person for the women's division for years.
Hmm.
Like, we watch you win a title, multiple titles at WrestleMania. We watch you retain a title at WrestleMania, and I think you were like the only black woman to do both. Like,
Right.
so why not play into that role? Because we know all y'all. We know Cameron's all of y'all friends. Why not have like that shield moment when everybody was able to like touch the title at one point, that one night? But
Mm. I got you. I got you. I got you. Now we also got to see where Bianca how injured she is, unfortunately, because she is injured right now. So we don't know how long she's going to be out. I do know that she's injured right now. I did read something the other day. that Liv and Bianca are probably going to miss Evolution 2,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks. But and Evolution 2 is before SummerSlam. So you
Correct.
could, yeah, you can set some things up. You still can set some things up. Um, you can have Bianca come out there and act like at Evolution 2 that she's best friends with Jade again, and she apologizes for giving her the cold shoulder, and then they running around, he, yeah, girl, ha. And then what you said, that's pretty dope, man. Um, and also this Friday coming up on SmackDown before Night of Champions, it seems like they got a bunch of matches that'll have the belt in it that aren't in Night of Champions. I believe the women's U.S. title is on the line. I believe Solo versus
Jacob.
Jacob is on the line.
And
Is
I
the
think the
women's
tag
match
team. I
in the
think the
tag team?
men's the men tag. I seen three title matches. I was like, God damn.
I thought it was four. I thought Tiffany's fighting again with it for the belt, but I
She
don't.
could be, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. I have no clue. But it seems like those matches aren't on Night of Champions. We don't know why. Briefly, let me ask you your opinion on the tag team uh, matchup because we don't really get well, neither do they, but we don't really talk that much about tag teams.
It's sad because all right, the Raw division, they really don't got no tag teams. Everybody over there is mainly bad guys.
Right.
But if you look at the SmackDown division, they got solid tag teams all around.
Yeah.
They got Axiom and Frazier that just came up, the
Uh-huh.
Wyatt Six.
Uh-huh.
Then you still got the champions, the Street Profits. You still got Motor City Machine Guns.
True.
DIY is still out there, pretty deadly. So y'all got the tag teams there. It's just unfortunately they're not getting put on the PLEs to where it makes people want to care for them.
Yeah. And
That
that's true. That is very true. So who do you got coming out as the winner?
I want Street Profits to retain.
But do you think they are?
It's a little shaky, but I really want them to retain because all that junk they was talking and all that stuff, and they came up with brand new, different versions of themselves. No more cups dropping from the sky, red cups and stuff. No more of that. They out here in, you know, Don Cornelius's black jackets and fur and all types of stuff.
I want them to win by DQ.
Mm.
So if you do want to take the Wyatts and make push the Wyatts, like this should be a litmus test of how good the Wyatts are. We know
Mm-hmm.
that they have a great presentation, um, but we need to see them really, 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 really work a match, like a long match. Um, And I think they're gonna give them some time on Friday. I think they are. They're winding down the 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be moving to two soon. So I think they're gonna give them a good amount of time. I would love to see it as a DQ. I love to see one of them other tag teams get involved. So at SummerSlam, we can get them on the show. It's two nights. There's no way that the tag team belts should not be defended at SummerSlam on two nights. Now, I'm not saying that it will be. But because we've seen times when they've had two nights where somebody got the short end of the stick. But I think that if you keep them on the Street Profits, they can tell a compelling story to get us to SummerSlam with the Wyatts or somebody else. And I think the tag team division, you're right. The SmackDown tag team division is pretty stacked compared to the Raw one. Um, but we'll see. We will see. And speaking of pretty deadly, I forgot which his name. It was. I had it. But he got whooped. I had his name on it, like I had it. I thought I wrote it down in my notes, but it's not in my notes. So I know one is Kip and the other one is.
You lost me there.
di-
They one unit together to me.
Didn't one just get whooped? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know who you talking about.
Okay, he got whooped by R-Truth, Ron Killings, for no reason, none. And Aleister Black was kind of upset about that. And I feel as though that may be the next move, or Damian Priest, because Damian Priest was the voice of reason. He said, uh, something, Ron, and then he was like, yeah, Black. That was a cool segment between them. And then we got John Cena versus R-Truth. And again, the match ends just like most of his other matches during this run with a DQ. King Mel, just on the match? What is your thoughts on the match?
It's a basic match. It's it's just kind of hard seeing Cena have these type of matches as a heel because he still screams off hustle, loyalty, respect to me. Like he looks like hustle, loyalty, respect, and then it's like, bam! At the end, he won cheap, or bam! He runs around and hits somebody with a title. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you see John, like seen this version of John Cena multiple times, and it's like, okay, all right, you think he about to go for the AA, and then boom, drive by title shot.
That's exactly what it is. Drive-by title shot every time. So, um, after this match, because it ended in DQ,
Mm-hmm.
do you think, let me just ask you this. This is a what if. What if Ron Killings is the one that takes the belt off of John Cena?
That'd be a crazy thing. I bet my house, and I ain't even got one. I'll lose my house that day.
Because he lost in a DQ. So they're opening the door for another match. The man only got like 12 more appearances, like 14 more appearances.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he's wasting all his appearances fighting R-Truth or Ron Killings. Excuse me.
That's why I'm asking you, is it too far-fetched at the end of this for him to lose to Ron Killings? Like, is Ron Killings going to be the one that saves wrestling?
If he do that, that'd be crazy. Being fired and then coming back and save wrestling is kind of crazy.
I'm starting to think that that was planned. I'm starting to think that it was planned. I'm starting to think that it was the whole plan the whole time. I'm starting to think that because this is just they haven't gone wrong with this yet. Just with the Ron Killings and Cena part of it. Because Cena's beefing with everybody right now. I don't know if you've seen Fanatics. Hey, if you've seen Fanatics, but he got into it with Seth. He got into it with Punk, which we're going to talk about in a second. I'm just asking you, man. I'm gonna ask you again. What if Ron Killings is the one that takes the belt off of John Cena?
That would be crazy. I'll tell you that right now. That's be just as crazy as when Jay Uso won the Royal Rumble.
They need another one of the moments too. They need another one of the moments. They need another one of the moments coming up. Um, Before I get back to Cena, let's talk about the men's King of the Ring. The men's King of the Ring. Ooh, it's not yes, sir. It just I had to stop there. It's the ooh wee sigh because it's just familiar faces. Um, we got Cody and Jay that fight tonight. Randy Orton beat Sammy. He done told the man he gonna be a world champion, just not today. And he was right. Um, do you feel bad for Sammy?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because if this was the time for Sammy to get an opportunity at the world title, it would be at the King of the Ring.
That's what my thing. I'm saying the same. I said the same thing.
Like, imagine the momentum of him beating Randy Orton.
in Saudi.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he would have beat Randy Orton on SmackDown. Then he would have went to Saudi Arabia, and then he could have possibly beat Cody Rhodes. Because I don't think Jay is gonna win this match. He
Okay.
can, he can win the match, but I don't think he will. I think this is like a way that they're trying to have Cody get the opportunity to face Cena again at SummerSlam.
See, the only problem I have with it is this, and it kind of pisses me off. Cody and Randy, put it this way, Randy thinks he's going to wrestle till he's 80. Okay. But we don't know how long he's going to wrestle, really. Cody and Randy deserve a lengthy program to me. If they do, they got so much history. They can. It's so many layers that they can peel back on with them. Um, I don't want to see that quick. I don't want to see. I don't want to see it with no build up. It's this weekend. Like, how are they going to make me want to see that match? Like, in
No,
a,
you ain't lying.
they deserve more. Now, Jay and Randy Orton for a King of the Ring final with a weak build, I can buy that.
Shit. Even okay, let's just say if Sammy would have won, even a Jay and Sammy, we would have been like, okay, like damn, like this shit is very, very interesting.
And I agree with that. I want to add on to that. This pay-per-view has Punk and Cena.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really need Randy Cody. We could have just did what you just said, Jay and Sammy. Because I do have a sneaky feeling. I just do that Jay is gonna win the King of the Ring. I just have a sneaky feeling that Jay's gonna win. Don't ask me why. I have no logic to it. I can't really break it down and tell you why I think he's gonna win. I just think they're really high on Jay Uso. Everything I've heard from them, they seem pretty high on Jay Uso. Um, and I don't think him and Gunther's story is over yet.
Nah,
I
it's too
don't.
many layers.
Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. So with that being said, I see Jay winning. Um, because if Cody wins, well, we do got a couple of weeks till SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see Cena losing it anytime. I don't see Cena losing. I don't see Cena. I see him losing his last match,
Mm-hmm.
and then whoever beats him is going to take the belt. This ain't it yet. I don't see. I don't see. SummerSlam is in August. I don't see September, October, November, December. John Cena without the belt, unless they want to be petty and have him lose and then get it back, and he's the 18-time champion. The less that I mean, they are known to be petty.
I mean,
Because Ric Flair can't come back and get it again. So to keep it out of reach.
no, it's just crazy because at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of interesting seeing all these people that was bad guys, like I stated last time.
We gonna get to
That
that. We about to get to that. We about to get to that. I
well,
know where you're going. Go
it's
ahead.
what nah, it's because it's like it's real interesting seeing all these people that was against John Cena at one point in time trying to save wrestling. Like, y'all was the main ones trying to ruin wrestling when Cena was the champion.
You ain't lying.
Like, and now y'all trying to save wrestling. Randy Orton, you kicked this man pops. Now you trying to out here say, yeah, we gotta get
Dog,
the belt off of Cena. Like,
dog,
no,
dog. He kicked his pops, I think, multiple times.
bro, that's what I'm saying.
How can you be the voice of reason? Like
And
Cena has a very good point, which leads me into whew, the pipe bomb.
the Cena bomb, that's what I'm calling it.
Okay, we can go with that. The Cena bomb. Um, PSA to everyone out there. Everybody that had an opinion about his heel run and they was complaining, crying, and all this stuff, shut up. We have now got to the point where it was what we should have been at, which is letting it wait and bubble. We all knew if you've watched wrestling for the last 20 years, we all knew once it got to the punk, once it got to punk, and the roles were reversed, we were going to be in for some good stuff. Now, before we actually talk about the Cena bomb, let's give Punk his credit for two reasons. He has verbally held down this feud from when they announced it. Verbally he's killed it. He was killing it up until this point. The second reason is that man laid on the ground for 20 minutes, just like John Cena did on the Slim Jim table, though, for 20 minutes and just laid there. He's a great actor. He didn't move. He didn't breathe. He didn't do nothing. He didn't touch his head. He didn't do nothing. He didn't see if he had a concussion. Nobody checked on him. The woman checked on him at the end. I don't know if you seen the clip.
Mm-hmm.
The woman ref, I forgot her name, but she came and checked on him, and she was telling John Cena 2 more minutes. So she really wasn't checking on him. She was just telling John Cena 2 more minutes. Man, the floor is yours.
Man, man.
Mm,
First of all, before I even get to the point where I want to talk about this,
mm,
over, let's just say, about the time CM Punk returned to wrestling, either it was AEW, WWE, wherever, these two have been doing things to showcase one another, show like, hey, we got
hmm
some type of coolness. Because remember, at one point, I want to say CM Punk used John Cena moves against Eddie Kingston in the match.
Yeah, yes, he did.
So,
He
and
used
then,
he used it in his last match at Wembley.
see, and then, remember, don't forget what John Cena said to Roman Reigns one time. He said, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to take your title, and I'm going to blow a kiss goodbye to the fans. You
Yeah.
know who did that? CM Punk. So now we finally seeing them against each other. It's been 13, well, not 13, 12 years. Let's just put it like roughly around 11 to 12 years
hmm
since they had a one-on-one moment at this magnitude.
Yep.
And the fact that still John Cena just remixed and made his own version, it's like, all right. And then he was saying wrestlers like Matt Cardona, Claudio, hey Claudio. So like he's saying other wrestlers' names, just like Punk did. And I'm like, oh damn.
And he's saying that outside of WWE names.
Yeah. So it was like, oh damn. Like this dude John Cena is like really on one. It's just upsetting that now it finally got to this level where people is like, all right, this heel stuff John Cena doing is we rock with it now because we know the situation. We understood it now. The Rock messed everything up.
Right.
We could say it. The Rock said it. We can say it now. The
Yeah,
Rock
none of
messed
this was supposed to be happening right now. None
the
of this
Rock messed everything up. And Cena said, you know what? I'm a crawl. I'm gonna take chicken shit. I gotta eat a whole lot of it to turn it into salad, but I'm gonna take it.
and he made salad out of it.
And we got people like the amount of people Cena has been. We got Randy Orton, people back interest. Come on, Randy, you can finally beat John Cena as a good guy. We got remember R-Truth now, Ron Killings.
Yep.
People damn near almost was ready to tear down the TKO building to get R-Truth back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Cody Rhodes. People want to see Cody Rhodes beat this man to get the belt back.
Right.
And y'all was just saying his reign was boring, but y'all want this man to be. So Cena is doing a great job as a heel, but now he just hit the point where he hit CM Punk, and like he told Punk, man,
Yeah.
he told Punk, man, he kind of like I kind of put you on that stage.
Nah, everything he said, there was some truth to it. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
truth to it. He said
Mm-hmm.
he's a hypocrite. He said he's TKO. He's a
Poster
TKO.
child, right?
Yeah, he's the poster child for TKO, which CM Punk is wearing suits. John Cena is still wearing jorts. CM Punk is wearing suits. So I'm gonna put it to you this way. I didn't think this was coming. I knew they was gonna cook. I think you knew they was gonna cook. We all knew they was gonna cook. But to take the promo that CM Punk got famous off of, that he made on you,
Mm-hmm.
and flip it verbatim, maybe a couple of words here and there they took out, but to flip it the way he did, man, bravo to John Cena. This is A fans out there. I know we live in a world where everything happens every 3 seconds. I'm here to tell y'all we have to let things cook sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
this is one of those times we should have just shut up and let it cook. Like you said, Mel, The Rock messed everything up. This was not supposed to be happening. And John Cena said, hey, man, listen, I've been telling y'all I could be a bad guy for years. Let me go ahead and do it. And
He
then they
did.
let him do it. And this is what it is. So I'm getting I'm he only got like 4 weekends left.
But you know what's the crazy part?
That's the blower part about it. Because this is going to come to an end. He done already told us that this is about to end.
You know what's the crazy part? Even though he's a bad guy, this man still got all these different Fruity Pebble shirts still
Yeah,
going on.
yeah,
So it's like, bro, you could have been doing this as a heel years ago, but the fact that we getting it now and it's still like entertaining, and we could tell he's putting his all into it. It's not like he's just lollygagging with it. You know, with some people they just doing it just to do it for the money.
exactly.
Nah, he's like really trying to give us a full performance before
Ex-
he's officially done. And as a wrestling fan, we need to appreciate that. Like we need to really sit down for a second and like say thank you.
I want to say this, and I'm going to move on, but I wanted to say this is something I was thinking about. You know, when players have told us they're going to retire, for example, Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
um, other players have told us they're going to retire at the end of the season. It's their last season. Tom Brady,
Jordan.
um, Jordan. By the end of that season, we just want them to go out and we just want to see them one last time the way they were. So, for example, Kobe's last game, Kobe was Kobe. Kobe was Mamba. Kobe was he did his thing. We don't care how many shots he took. He scored 60. You know what I mean? With John Cena, he's gotten so good with
One
this
second.
heel
Let me finish
turn.
this.
He got so good with this heel turn, bro. I don't want to see it end.
See? And
Like
that's
if
the
we, he should have gave us another year. But
hold on. Why can't he give us another year? That would
'cause-
be the ultimate heelest move.
yeah, but he not going to.
Oh no, man. I think he enjoying this run
I
real
think he
quick.
like. Here's the thing. I do think he's enjoying his run. I do think he's a good heel. But I also think that John Cena, out of a lot, put it this way, out of the wrestlers on his caliber, like Hogan and those type of guys, he has proven that he cares about the fans. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he would have took them people money and said, "This is my last time. Come see me," and then psych. I don't think that he would. I don't think he's that heartless. But hey, if he did, that would be dope. So, Mel, before we get up out of here, man, what are some of the things you like? Matter of fact, give me 3 things you like this week and 3 things you didn't like.
Returns and debuts, the Cena pipe bomb, the Cena bomb,
Okay,
and I'm just rooting for Jade at this point.
okay. And what are your 3 things you dislike?
WWE in this goddamn advertisement, bro.
Oh my goodness, that's one of mine too.
I'm not. Don't get y'all money. get y'all money. But then it's like, damn, bro. Like
Nah,
20 years from now, bro, it's gonna be like I'm gonna sound like an old man. I remember when back in when I was watching wrestling, there wasn't none of these logos out there.
listen, bro. If you're gonna put Slim Jim on the tables, I don't want to see no wrestlers getting released for at least the next 2 years, bro. Y'all got money. Let's stop. My three things I like, man. Of course, the Cena bomb. Um, our truth still going wild. And my third thing is Oscar winning clean. My things I didn't like, the advertisements. They everywhere, bro. They're on the commercials. Like, how you advertising something that's in the middle of the ring that's in a commercial? Like, bro, that's not gonna make me. Here's the thing with American advertisement, and I'm gonna end the show. They think putting everything in our faces is gonna make us rush to go buy these things, bro. I have never brought a Prime ever. I don't ever think I now I've had Prime and it was given to me for free, but I would never go buy a Prime. So why you got to shove it in my face? Uh, uh. But an Oscar's face paint, take that off. Come on, man. Oscar, get back to the old Oscar. I'm getting tired of this face paint. I know she is too. She got to wash it off. But this has been another episode of In the Four Corners of Wrestling with your boys. Hey, King Mel, tell them where they can find you at, man.
Email 13 on IG, Jemell Scroggins on Facebook and on X. Watch out for that Cena bomb.
Hey, man, you can find me, Coach Drip underscore Mike T, on everything Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, even though I don't know how to use TikTok yet. I still don't know how to use TikTok. I'm mad at myself for even making a TikTok, but I gotta, keep up with the times. But you can find me on those platforms. 613 everywhere. 613 Faye DMV on Instagram. 613 Faye on Twitter. 613 Faye on Facebook. And if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to this Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Music. I don't know if Google still has podcasts. I think they got rid of them. I think I got an email saying they got rid of them. So I'm not going to say that next week. I'm going to double check. That's one of the things I added to my list. I got to double check for next week. Each and every Sunday, King Mel's top five wrestling moments of the week. Hey, Maryland Tech is coming back in the summer. We got another program. Montgomery U is coming in the summer. We got the cookout coming on the 12th. If you listen to this and you're in the DMV, come on down. I hate saying DMV because I'm from Moco. We don't say DMV. Um, we don't. It's so corny to us. But yeah, man. And Moco Center. Speaking of Moco Center coming back in August. So, you know, you ain't got to go home, but we about to go home and we about to be out of here. Hey, I don't know what Marshall says or whatever they say, but leave this issue to the professionals. Don't try this at home. Is it the other way around?
Nope, you good.
Okay, I'm good. Hey, man, we out of here. Gone.